and welcome back to the Circulation Desk. As promised, I'm here today with some interns. I've had 25 this year, which is a record number. Applause. Woo! And this is my F period block, yes? Also dubbed the best interns. This is what they've dubbed themselves. I'm no judgment calls here, but they're a pretty great crew. Why don't we go around and introduce ourselves?
Oh, hi, my name is Aaron.
My name is Mari.
My name is George.
And we're waiting on Sofia because Scott stole her for a moment right when we were going to record, but it's cool. So we just wanted to do a little check-in to see kind of like what it's been like, what you've learned. The whole point of the circulation desk is about how, everybody has these perceptions of what the library is. Like, oh, librarians all wear like cat eye glasses and they run around and shush people and they're so mean. And if you look in a movie, any depiction of a librarian is never like a positive one. So I would just love to hear about your experiences. So maybe we'll start with the first one of like, how did you even sign up for this internship? Why are you here?
Oh, I signed up the internship last year in junior year because I really wanted to do an internship, but I wasn't really sure where, like either the shop or the library. But then the more I focused on it, I'm more towards books, so I decided to choose the library.
For me, Jessica, she went over my classes and she said I had an opening and I could decide to do an internship either at the shop or in the library. And it took me a while to make my decision, but I decided to do the library because I thought it would be another opportunity to learn new skills. And I didn't kind of want to repeat stuff I already did. So to go into a new environment, I wanted to learn new stuff.
Nice.
For me, I saw it on Google Classroom, specifically the forums. So I think for me, I think I already knew like people were running the library because every time like I used to come here a lot of times. I mean, like, when I was like either like a junior or sophomore or freshman, I saw a lot of people on the front other than me. That was the case of the time. So it was like I knew some people at school ran the front, but I didn't know there was a program that had to do with actually running the library or helping with the books or even trying to sort out new things that actually come inside the library every single day. So for me, it was like once I saw it right there, I felt like it was a more of a chance to actually see what it is to, like really like run a library and have a lot of people that you work with as well. As you I feel like we all know very well about each other just to help work as a team and just be able to actually experience more to the positive perspective of actually working in the library because I feel like for me it was just like a something I wanted to like go inside to my own and try to see how it would feel. And I feel like for the most part, it's been a good decision. I feel like I've enjoyed working in the library because it's just very more to you have a lot of things to do, but it's more to you actually able to like work with people that you know specifically, and then it's more to able to not only just do more, but just have a responsibility more to than we usually have outside of school when it had to do with jobs or family. I think more to it's a responsibility that I feel like you would also enjoy of doing. So that was just my reason for actually wanting to be in the internship.
I love that. Let's continue with that thread. Like, so George just said a bunch of things that he likes about working in the library. Do you have any things you enjoy about being interns?
One of the things I've actually enjoyed was that when I'm given the opportunity to go and pick up books from other libraries in the school, because I've never actually explored like beyond new design. So having that opportunity to go to like Loma or like the other schools, it's pretty nice. I get to like see what the other schools' activities or like what they're doing and see how, sometimes it's like much or more similar difference to this school.
Yeah, just so for some context for people that don't work in New York City public schools, we're one school building, but we actually have 5 schools on every floor. And it is a really weird thing because we have one library, so I serve all 5 schools. But I find that none of the kids interact outside of like, we're all students here at New Design, like nobody goes to the 3rd floor. People are like afraid to go to the 2nd floor. So that's really interesting that you said that.
For me, I really like the new experiences because with my fellow best interns, we kind of like work hand in hand to like get tasks done, and I like being able to do run errands, like check in and out books, like put new books into the catalog and stuff like that. I just like I enjoy how like fun it is. Like you're never sometimes we like there is really nothing to do, but when we do have stuff, it's like very interesting and it's like I learn new things. So that's like my favorite part, learning new things.
Cool. Could I ask? So I shared with you a little bit about the librarian stereotype. Have you ever seen or heard that stereotype before?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, like, I'm just curious. After having what's now like 2, almost 3 months that you've now been librarians or like library interns, how has your perception of the library maybe changed or not changed? And how do you feel about like that stereotype?
Uh, I feel like it changed because before when I've gone to libraries, it would be like, oh, the like very quiet, and then if I were to like talk or anything, they're like shush me and stuff. But then I realized that working in a library gives you more like how do you say it? Perception,
Mm-hmm.
like into through the librarian's eyes. Cause like there's a bunch of other people who are like doing stuff and like have assignments or like how do you say it? Like stuff to do
Right.
that people need the quiet.
Hmm.
So yeah.
Totally.
Before I kind of thought, well, not this year, but years before, I kind of thought like librarian's job is easy. Like I don't know why they're doing so much.
Hmm.
But actually, like doing the job, like some of the jobs is not easy, especially dealing with students and how to keep a mature, very hi, how are you, very positive outlook. It's kind of difficult. I think librarians deserve an award because it's a lot. But yeah, it's my idea of it is has changed because I got like insight of
Mhm.
how it actually is.
Absolutely.
For me, I feel like it changed like my perception of it very like drastically. As I say in the case might be is like just being as a kid or even little kid just going into a library. Your main thing is like you see everything's quiet or not even you just see one person running the whole like thing trying to check people's books out, check people back in. It's like I never got the full insight to what it really was. I feel like it was just you just sitting down like on the chair all day and feel like just having to check books in, check books out, and it was just only one person that you would ever see inside like a whole library. That's just running the whole entire thing, not having like more people try to help out or not even try to organize the books. I feel like more to after just being this internship, I feel like more to it really helped me change like my whole perception of it because it's not only involving one person, just a whole for a group, or it doesn't even matter who, how many people it is. It's like it's people, especially people that you really that you know like for so long. I feel like more too. We all actually work together so well that it's like I feel like it's not only just a one person team. It's just everyone else, but we're actually just one thing trying to hold down the library, make sure we actually help kids find out books or check out books, or not even if you ever want to actually give them like try to see, oh, if they wanted to get new arrival for other books that they wanted to actually see, but it's not only in the library. I feel like more too, it's just more of a different change of insight, just being in the setting of actually being an intern, working in the library, and just overall, not only just like saying hi to the kids, I think it's more to socializing with them. Even so, for us being as seniors, being our last year case may be, I feel like more to is more to like a better time to actually like have conversations with the kids or not even make sure that they're actually okay. Because I feel like more too, it's just those moments that I feel like it's more important to actually cherish before our last year of here and actually being graduates and actually going to college.
I love that. So you are actually all about to graduate and go off into the real world. And one thing that is very real right now is in our country, there's a lot of dialogue, one about book banning and also libraries, about like libraries no longer really being needed. A lot of libraries are being closed or transitioned into kind of like these literacy hubs or just things that like no longer, your traditional library is no longer around. Just thought like, what do you see yourself using libraries in the future? What do you feel about this when adults are dictating like, I think we shouldn't have this book in the library, or I think this library is like nobody reads anymore, teens don't read anymore, why should we have a library? Just would love to hear your thoughts.
I believe in the future I would definitely use a library. The atmosphere is like a different type of feeling where I feel like I can get work done. And honestly, to touch up on book bans, I feel like it's very unnecessary. Like people should have the right to read what they want to read without other people saying, "Oh, you can't read this because such and such." Um, I don't. I feel like libraries are needed, even if people don't use libraries. They're probably thinking of themselves and their surroundings. But I believe that there's a lot of people that do use libraries, and do read books. It's just that now that technology is advancing, some books are online, so people might not enter libraries for that. But I believe that libraries should like still be a thing and not be changed because I don't. It's like very beneficial, and I don't think people really see that.
I agree with what Mariella said because I feel like we shouldn't be too reliant on internet or technology because what if something happens, the power cuts out, we'll have no access to information, and if we like suddenly closed off all libraries, then we wouldn't have anything to like read or like check up on facts. So I feel like it's like oh, nah, we shouldn't really like take out all libraries. Like there's libraries give benefits like what also Mariella said about the atmosphere, like it's like quiet, it's all nice. That sometimes you can't really get it at home because if you live with someone, or if you have like family over, or if you like go to work and stuff, like there's like no time you have that's where it's all quiet.
Yeah.
But then there's the library that's like specifically for that. It's like for quiet time and for like productivity.
Yeah, absolutely.
I agree with both my intern peers. I feel like more too. I feel like in our society we just lost a lot of the ability to actually have that natural way of reading books from actually going to a library and actually reading a book. I feel like more too. It's been more accessible because we use our phones a lot, or even our tablets, our computers, anything that we can find it. We could always use that. And I feel like more too. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but I feel like more too. It wouldn't be as beneficial as reading from an actual book, like visually reading a book, not from like technology. I feel like we use it too much to the point where it's like we're losing more too of that natural way of actually not only gaining knowledge, but also finding something that you're really into or really find a way to get your dreams actually come true. Because I feel like more to a lot of things that are inspired for kids that actually want to do certain things. I feel like it mostly comes from books, but I feel like in a certain case, it's like, yeah, I would like to always like for me now, even before when I was a kid, I would always go to a library because I feel like more too. It's just that natural way of really gaining knowledge, but also enjoying something that you really know that you could just always just read no matter what. Because I think there's always gonna be a genre that will always surprise you and actually grab your attention. Because the end of the day is like no book is boring. I feel like every book has something about it that brings a spark into a person to the point where it's like now they're gonna be more too obsessed and wanting to actually go towards that. That's why I feel like more too books shouldn't be banned because at the end of the day, that's our natural way of actually seeing new things or even coming up with ideas. Because I feel like books have a good beneficial to everyone, not only just for kids but also adults as well. Because I feel like more to it really helps you really see the perspective of what you really want to do in the future, but mutually just finding a new way to actually explore your life. And we have Sophia. That's
Yay! We're going to give Sophia some headphones. Sophia, welcome back. I'm going to share a mic with you, but we were just talking about what the internship has been like and the importance of libraries. Just to queue up, the next question I'm going to ask you is about your favorite book or what you're reading right now, and then we'll close up. But Sophia, I want to talk a little bit about what your library internship experience has been like and what you've learned about libraries.
Sure. Basically, from this internship, I learned a lot about how libraries catalog their books because before I wasn't really sure of how they do it. Now I know like numbers is nonfiction, and just a bunch of new things. And I'm glad that I'm learning all these new things and new opportunities are arising too because I can add this to my resume and I can start working at a library now, and I can really say that I've had experience. So yeah.
You can actually work like any customer service job now. You can be, 'cause this is like all marketable skills. So just be aware, put that on your resume. Absolutely. So I wanted to ask if you are reading, because I've noticed there was a recent report, I can't remember which publication, that said students were reporting to Ivy League schools in their freshman year having never finished a complete book. And there's a lot of dialogue about it right now because it's like, oh, well, is it the fault of Common Core? Common Core was like pretty much most of your high school and middle school and even elementary school experience, where teachers were told we have to teach kids nonfiction texts. That's the most important. And so really kind of what happened was it kills literature a little bit. But I'd love to hear if you are reading, what you are, like what you're reading, or if you're not, like, you know, why that is, or why do you think that is?
I'll go first. Well, I'm gonna start reading on a book that I left a while ago. It's called Loveless by Alice Oseman. Do you want me to say like what it's about? It's about this girl. I think her name is Georgia, and she's in the university, and basically she's trying to find herself, like her identity, sexual orientation, and in this like new world of people like going to parties and like people falling in love and stuff. Like she's trying to find out who she is and stuff, and I really like how the book kind of goes through her journey and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna pick it up soon. I just found it yesterday, but yeah. So from what I remember, it's a pretty good book.
I'm currently finishing an old book that I've read it before, but I just love historical fiction. It's basically it's about what would happen. It's like a fictional thing of what would happen if World War III was won by Hitler instead of the U.S. So basically, like the Germans come up with the atomic bomb first, and then they learn how to make like superhuman kind of people, and they're like kind of metahumans, so they have like powers and stuff, and that develops like into, I think it's like 3 generations, so like 30 years maybe. It's like quite a bit of time, and it's after Hitler and he died, and it's one of his grandsons or something ruling, and it's based on this one girl who is she's not like a desirable or something. I forgot what the word that they use is. But since she's not like, she's Japanese and British, English, so she's not like, she's basically like kind of like enslaved kind of, because they don't pay her, like they pay her like really really low, and they're in poverty. And yeah, it's just basically surrounding her in the rebellion. And yeah, I'm just really into those types of books. So yeah.
There was this book I've like recently finished, and I'm trying to find a new book, but I said so far I haven't really found what interests me. But this book was, oh, technically it's kind of like what Mariella said. It was called "They Both Died at the End,"
Oh.
Yeah, that's
where basically in this world there's like a person, there's two, like each person gets like a time limit until they're deaf, so they just like, oh, do whatever they want, or like, so in the society where they give you a time limit, and I said if you're like near deaf, sometimes you get like perks where, oh, it's like you get to like travel the world around in one day, or you get to like have, don't really pay that much and stuff. And so there's these two people, like these two guys, that they find out that they're both gonna die, like I think it was like tomorrow, like they were gonna die the next day. And then so then they go and hang out, and then eventually, there's like, some romance in the thing that and there's some romance, and then apparently, well, should I give a spoiler or?
no spoilers.
no.
No,
No,
spoilers.
All right, so then that's basically it. I just try to
Well,
like
cliffhangers
make
always.
make as much time with each other as possible.
Awesome.
Right now, I'm gonna start reading a book called "Look for Alaska" by John Green. I picked it up just because I feel like more too. I feel like my teacher, I could say, let me do a shout out to Brett. All right, he actually gave me the book because I feel like more too. He told me that it was gonna be very much interesting, and seen from the cover a lot, I already know it's not about specifically going to Alaska, but I feel like there was just more to something that I feel like it found in me that is like maybe this is interesting, but that I could actually look into, try to read more, just because of the fact that it's like I feel like there's a lot of key things that have to do with like the only thing that I really like to say that I know it's about. I feel like it's about one individual. I think he's a guy, and then after that he kind of moved. Like he moved like away to college, but they were gonna have like a little surprise party for him, but apparently no one showed up for him. And then just for the most part, from how he's starting now, he just got to college, and I feel like more to it's somewhat a bumpy road, but he's trying to find his own way to actually not only conquer his past, but also try to, I try at least like reach to what he could actually do for himself at the end of the day. Even so, being on his own, and after just seeing the fact that he's like having to realize that not a lot of people that you think will come through for you will, but it's just only yourself and you're by yourself basically. But that's pretty much what I'm about to start reading now. But that's pretty much it.
That's awesome. That's actually a challenged book, an often banned book. So I wonder if you'll know by the end why. Well, we are at the 20-minute mark, so I think we're going to call it good. But thank you so much to C Block Interns, aka
F block.
Oh, sorry, F Block. Oof. I only know you as the best interns. That's
Thank
really
you.
what's
Yes.
Well, why C block?
Interesting.
interesting. No comment. Thank you so much. For
I'm intrigued.
Yeah.
it's my other large block. That's probably why. So yeah, tune into the circulation desk. Hopefully, we'll hear from more interns going forward. But also stay tuned because F Block, the best interns, will be hosting their own podcast, which we'll be advertising shortly. Too.
Yes, and no one else will be
Uh-huh.
this.
Thank you. Oh,
Okay.
applause.
Yeah.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.